Yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy AM coming to you with an AM blog. Woohoo! Always gotta be hyped for you, everybody. This blog is gonna be story time. So what I'm gonna do is recount my attempt to buy an Xbox Series X. So let's go back in time about 1 year ago. Well, it's more than a year now. And when that announcement came out and said it was coming into fall, I knew it was going to be sometime in November. So I started saving up money. And then how I began was I would just put $60 aside for 12 months. And that would give me about $720. That's a little bit more than I was expecting to spend. Well, the Xbox is only $500, but I was expecting to spend the $500 for the Xbox and then whatever I had left over to buy accessories. And so I've been saving for a whole year. I got my pockets full, and I was ready to go. But when the pre-order came, I wasn't able to get into anything to be able to buy one. I tried on all the sites. I tried Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, and it was all no-go. And the way it kind of worked out was kind of weird because like Best Buy, for the longest time, they weren't even ready for like the pre-order time. The first one to go was Walmart, but that was like sold out and so quick. I don't even know how long it lasted. And then Amazon or Target was good. I was able to get it. I was able to get to the checkout, but I wasn't able to complete my purchase. I kept pressing the button, it wouldn't go through. And then Amazon was just like dead in the water from the get-go. So those other two sites were just terrible, Best Buy and Amazon. And so that's how it began for me to try to find an Xbox Series X. Completely failed. And it's continuing now because after the Xbox was released, they periodically released stock every once in a while. But because of COVID and the way they set it up, that you only can do it online, which has been the most terrible experience I've ever had waiting for a console. I probably waited for about 4 consoles, and I have been successful in all of them to be able to get them within at least a week. But this Xbox Series X has been the bane of my existence. It got to the point where I was getting so stressed out because I didn't even know when they were going to drop. Best Buy was dropping at random times. Like one time I was trying to sleep as late as I could, but I just like fell asleep, and then it dropped like at 5 in the morning, which is terrible. I stayed up until like 3 o'clock, and I just couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. So because of the lack of stamina to stay awake all night, I had missed out on the Xbox Series X. The bots are so terrible. Try to buy one through Walmart. I have never had any luck because the bots just clear it out. Every time there's a restock, you would just like they'll say, "Oh, it's up and ready to go," and then you get in, and then all of a sudden, by the time you get to checkout, everything is sold out. And it's like within a couple minutes. It's not even like 30 minutes later. It's always like 3 to 4 minutes later than you're out of luck. Walmart has never been the most secure route of getting it. Target, on one hand, has only had one drop since the initial one, and I don't know when they're going to get another one. I've been checking like every day. And that's driving me nuts because I really want this guy saved up for so long for it, but it just seems to elude me every time. Just waiting for Target to get their restocks in all the stores so I can buy one from around here. I got Dreamcast. Dreamcast wasn't like a hot commodity. It wasn't like in demand, but I was able to pick one of those up at launch. Another one that was really hot in demand was a PS2. Lucky for me, I just walked into the store and all of a sudden there was one there because they just shipped it the night before and they only sent like a couple, but I was there in the store when they got it and I was able to get it. Another one that was really tough to get was the Wii, and that one was just like random when we were walking through the store, and then it was like another random one where this guy said, "Hey, we have some Wii's. Does anybody want to buy some?" And then I was like, "Yeah." And all of a sudden everybody showed up and then we were able to buy all of them. The Switch was also very difficult, but for whatever reason, I was able to go early in the morning to the stores and I was able to pick one up on restock. Another time that I waited I didn't wait for the original Xbox. I wasn't a big fan of that. But like the other consoles that I got when I was growing up was the NES. My parents got that for me for Christmas. I'm not too sure how if I got it early or late. No, I got late because I remember my cousins had a Super Nintendo way before me, and I would play at their house. And then they finally got me one. And then for the Super Nintendo, I got one way after launch, the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, and all my cousins got Genesis, and so my dad ended up buying me a Sega Genesis when it first came out during that holiday period. A couple years later, I got a Super Nintendo as well, so I have both systems, which is cool. Yeah, so this has been my history with it. The Xbox 360, I wasn't there at launch because there's been periods of time in my life where I wasn't able to where I wasn't really into games that much. It just came and went. After the GameCube, I just stopped playing games for a couple of years, and then one day I was in Costco and I saw the 360, so I ended up buying that. That was the best time of gaming for me, period. Even better than like the NES and Super Nintendo days, because that was like the time when like online multiplayer was like the thing, and it was really accessible through Xbox Live. And then you could also like watch Netflix with your bros too as well. I used to watch shows or movies with my friends because they had a theater feature, which is sorely missing nowadays because now we're stuck in COVID. There's like workarounds where you can use like other apps to connect to like Netflix, and you can watch it with other people. And that was the only thing, that was like one of the first apps that was on the Xbox 360 too, was Netflix. And that's when I became a big fan of Netflix, because it just became so easy to stream. It had the best quality too, which was crazy. But now everything kind of surpassed that. Even on like the Xbox One, the Netflix app is okay. Could be better. Could be like how it was in the old days. Searching for this thing has been terrible, like I said. I've been stressed out, trying to figure out how to get one. I'm always refreshing all the sites to make sure I don't miss any stock drops. I signed up for all the notifications on all the platforms. I even went to Twitter. Hit the notification squad for all the notable people that shoots out deals, because they're those are the only reliable sources to be able to find when these things are dropping. The companies are not sending out any information. Microsoft itself is not even letting you know what's happening. Hopefully within the next couple weeks I can find one in store through the apps and be able to purchase it. That's my hope. I just hope that I can get one before I go on vacation, because that'd be a weight off my shoulders. I know these are first world problems, but if I don't get one, I'll be just so sad, because I'll be coming home and then I know they don't have the Xbox Series X. So that's kind of my story time for you all. I hope you are in the same boat as I am. And for those that was able to get the pre-orders or able to pick one up, let me know in the comments and let me know how awesome your system is. You know, the other funny thing is that I could have bought like a PS4 like 4 or 5 times. I don't know what Sony's doing, but they're dropping that console like nobody's business. And so every time they're dropping it, I'm like getting tempted to like switch over to get a PS5. But I'm holding strong with Xbox. If I don't get one by the new year, I might just switch over to be a PS5 player, because they seem to be doing something right. I don't know what Xbox is doing. They're just like dropping the ball left and right. This thing can go a lot smoother, and they can like fight off the bots, but I don't think any retailers know how to go about doing this. And even like the Microsoft site, they don't let you know like what's up. I've just been sorely disappointed for like almost a month now, because it came out on November 10th. Is it November 10th? Yeah, I think it is November 10th. And we're almost at December 10th, which is pretty wild. If you want to see other videos like this, let me know in the comments. If you love it, hit the sub button. If you like it, hit the thumbs up. And peace.